Hi everyone, it's Anne here again. I've got a little quick something to show you here that I made using my scraps, which I know you'll like, another scrap buster. And they're so easy to make, and I just loved how they turned out. They're so vintage looking, and of course the image is a big part of it. And it's one of Reenie's new digis, and I just wanted to play with it as soon as I saw it. So I'd like to show you how I made these, if that's okay. Now, I hope you've got a set of these. If not, don't despair. These, as you recognise probably, are nesting dies. Oval shaped ones. I've had these for a long time. They're quite bent from keep going through the big shop. But it doesn't matter. If you haven't got a set of dies, then you can just do it the old-fashioned way and draw an oval and cut it out with a pair of scissors.
Hold up, Mum. I'll just go and pop a freebie over in the shop for nesting ovals. That way people can print them if they don't have the dies.
So what I did was I took my nesting dies and I cut out one of each size, and I cut it out of a quite thick card. Now if you haven't got a thick card, do it several times and stick the card together so it's thicker, because you're going to need to put some pressure on the card. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So once you've got your shapes cut out, we can begin. Now I've got a bunch of scraps here, and I'm going to take my biggest shape and my biggest scrap, or this one, and just lay it on in the middle, and then just use it as a guide to tear around the edges like that. I don't want to use the scissors to cut it out because you get that kind of harsh line where you've cut it, whereas if you tear it you get a really nice soft edge. So this is what I've got, and once I've done that I'm just going to go around the edge with a little bit of archival ink on my blending tool here. I'm going to take the next size, and I might do that I do it in the plain one or a music-y one. Do it in the music one. I'll pick which is the busiest side. I think it's that side. And the same thing, just go around, pressing on it with my fingers and thumb to keep it in position, and just using my other hand to tear around the edge. Now that's why you need it to be quite substantial, because you're tearing your paper against it all the way around the edge. The other thing you could do if you haven't got any stiff card is to use a thinner card, but paint it with some PVA glue and let it dry, and that will make it stiffer. And next we'll have, let me see, I think we'll have a piece of tea dyed paper. You don't have to use vintagey things. You could use some nice, paper from a paper pad, and use those. Maybe some coloured ones would be pretty. But I just like the vintage look for these oval shaped ones. That shape, that size, and the big size we've done. So the next one is this one. And I might use, let me see, I might use another tea dyed paper, I think, but a paler one. In the end it doesn't matter as long as they're all different. Sorry, my hands are so stained. I was re-inking my ink pad and the top burst off the re-inker and went everywhere, and that was yesterday. So you can see I've still got some on, even though I've washed my hands several times and showered, and it stays for a long time. Anyway, not a problem. Now I've got the image from Reenie's Digi, and I've chosen this one. This is my smallest one, which is going to be the one that I put on the top. So I'm going to use a little girl image, and I put this piece over her face like that. And then if you want to see if you've got it central, if you put it up against the window, you can see the shape. If you put it on the other side, you can see the shape of her face on top of the card. But with this, it's so obvious, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to put the card down like that, tear around it. Alright, so now we're just going to glue them together. Just going to use a glue stick. Okay. Now, because I only put glue in the middle, that leaves all these layers open where, if you like, you can tuck under little bits of lace or extra bits of paper. They're good spots to add additional things if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to put a flower in. It's not got a corner, has it? A flower in the 7 o'clock position, and I've got these stamens. Yeah, if you've only got the loose stamens, you can just use a couple of them and put them together. These ones are kind of already put in a little bunch for me, so I'm just going to use these up because I've got them. And I'm going to need a flower. And I'm going to need a little bit of lace. Got this old piece of, I don't know what it was, piece of curtain topper or something. I seem to remember years ago my great-grandmother having a bit of a frill along the top of her window. This could even be one of hers, because I've had these for donkey's years. I've had them so long that even though they're crocheted, you can just tear them, which would be not an asset to have if you were going to hang it in your window. But as I'm not, and I want it for crafting, that's great, because I can tear it and make it a little bit, what's the word? Distressed looking. So we've got a bit of that, and just a bit of ordinary lace. But I'm going to cut it into a leaf shape. Alright, now I'm going to use hot glue because it dries quick and it's easier for putting things like this in hot glue than trying to put them on with the art glitter glue. Be very careful. I watched Kerry's video the other day when she reminded us about she burnt herself really badly, and I do remember that, and I've done it myself. It's not nice. So a couple of dobs of glue on the stamens. Then a little bit in the middle where I'm going to put the flower. Okay, it's that easy. And we've got triplets. Don't they look cute? Alright, well, don't forget you can keep these and use them for other things. You can always use torn paper oval shapes. Alright, well I hope you have fun making some, and I hope to be back very, very soon in the next video. Have fun crafting. Bye for now.